Kessler with it. And here's MP for three.
What gameplay? What's happening? Zion already shows the gameplay, my nigga. He already shows. You know what I'm saying? All right, bet. He already showed you little butt ass how to actually play 2K.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why Belichick thing. I played with that nigga Iman. I gave the last about the energy I ever had that whole day.
And the Jazz, another three.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And here's LeVert. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Pass to Sharp. No good on the triple. And we've reached halftime in this one. Utah out in front. They lead by 12. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the... Look, I know this is going off topic, but during the first half, we were doing some dribbling drills. So, Kenny, as the point guard here, I want you... Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the Trailblazers. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
Collier out there with MP. Then there's Markkanen. Then there's Walker Kessler. And it's Williams at the four-man position. That's the group right now for Utah. Hey, Bones, what do you... Again, what an avalanche!
And he's into the 40s scoring-wise. A familiar place to be.
We've seen him do this a lot. He's almost into the top 5 on the all-time 40-point game list.
Elgin Baylor currently 5th, and I have a feeling that this guy will top the Lakers legend soon.
Avdia can't hit. Jazz leading by 18. A three from MP. And Utah another three.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pass to Sharp. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Sharp's got 12 in the game. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. It's good.
So good to see MP attacking with reckless abandon, just letting his game flow.
Trailblazers trail by 20. Now Sharp covered by MP. Here's Kamara. Still yet to score. Avdia can't hit.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
They get it again. Fires from deep. And got it. Another basket.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Now here's Henderson. 8 points for him. Pass to Avdia. Henderson with it. Pocket 6. Sharp trying to break free. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Yeah, starting the half here, 1 for 5. And the offense might need an ironing out.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
A 3-pointer off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Avdia. The rebound by the Jazz.
I've not seen him shoot this poorly, guys, in a game this season.
MP, no good. And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand. Sharp. And it's Donovan Clingan with the foul. That's his first foul. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for... And for Portland, they're shooting about 42% so far. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th. Grant steps in at 4 with Ayton, the big man, in the middle. Henderson and Simons are their guards. And it's Sensabaugh in at the small forward. And it's Simons missing. Jazz leading by 22. MP deciding where to go with it. To the paint. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. MP's got 55.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Outside, Simons. Ayton sets the pick for Simons. And the 3-ball is good.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
The Jazz shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? MP, that's for 2. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
And that one's good by Henderson.
A little like Donovan Mitchell there. Henderson makes some really tough shots in traffic.
Here's MP. Hits it again. Wow. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Here's Henderson driving in, and Henderson throws it down hard.
Man, what a creative player this kid is. Henderson, so much fun to watch.
Here's Collier. The 3 from MP. And yep, another basket. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Back to Henderson. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And the foul called on MP. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Peterson's checked in. Williams comes in for Kenrich Williams. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Markkanen. And it's Colin Sexton in for Collier.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Drills it from outside.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give him some space, let him get to work.
Pass to Sharp. Portland no good that time either.
You could see he wanted to get him back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
MP no good.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Kept alive. Another shot. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Utah has gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Traps in the tray.
And this is why you got to be all up in MP's airspace, even as the pass is coming his way.
Henderson dishes to Avdia. Plays it up and banks it in.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And the Jazz making a change here. Carroll's checked in. There's 1:59 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Klingon. Carroll covering. 13 feet away. Avdia on the wing. Sinks the three-pointer.
Now you can see the work that Avdia has put into that three-point shot.
Utah has gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. MP's shot is good.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration.
Connects again from distance.
And all season long, he's been nothing but money from beyond the arc.
You're right. He's been nothing short of amazing for him as he edges closer to third most three-pointers in a single season. Henderson played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Love the intensity from Henderson. He really gave the inside defense all they could handle.
The three from MP. The basket good off the assist from Sexton.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Kamare misses. Smart accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
There's 39 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Avdia. Henderson outside. And a miss there on the triple. And here's Utah. MP, that's for two. Again, the Jazz score.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. No good from outside. MP outside. Connects again. And here it is. 82 points.
And this is a game that he will never forget.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This team is still perfect in the NBA Cup. 4-0.
You earned that one. Night, MP. They talk the talk, but you walk the walk. I think it's time to do some laundry. That outfit smells foul. We know MP came ready to play.
right. There was a lot of talk in this locker room at the beginning of the season.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to a special regular season contest. Tonight doubles as a West quarterfinal in the NBA Cup. This is Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill. We are in the quarterfinals of the NBA Cup. It's the west side of the bracket with a group winner taking on the wild card.
Well, this is when the Cup gets serious. It doesn't matter what you did in the group play. This is single elimination, loser go home, and winner moves on.
And this is, of course, a critical game for MP to come through and help his team stay alive in the battle for the NBA Cup. I'm anticipating the intensity to be a little more ramped up in this one.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you can sense that element of urgency. We're going to see players diving for the loose balls, hounding defense, some fast-paced action end-to-end. All eyes, including mine, will be on how MP rises to the occasion.
All right, let's check out the starting group for the Thunder. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2, and it's Williams in at the small forward position. And here's MP from outside. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. This game against Utah, the first time they've met this year.
This team downed them in last year's conference finals, ultimately ending their championship dreams.
Launches it. Oh, another miss by MP. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Man, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You look at Oklahoma City, they've risen to 3rd in the latest power rankings, playing well as of late.
Well, right now for the Jazz, they've definitely made a statement here in the early going, outpacing some teams that were projected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with honor.
And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander lifting off and hammering it down with all he's got.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 4, off to a nice start. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he gets it to go. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket.
They've really come out swinging, hitting 4 of their first 5 shots.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Will Hardy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Our topic was how he'll defend Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Coach was straightforward, saying Shai demands so much attention with the ball that he can warp a defense. We'll need to stay disciplined and not get caught watching the play. We'll see how that approach works out for them, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
Will playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
And again, it's Utah with a 3.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Outside, Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Utah grabs the miss. Markkanen with it. Guarded now by Williams. And here's MP from outside. Sinks the tray. MP's got 18.
Quick decision-making by MP. I love how confident he looked taking that shot.
Man, the pass to Holmgren. The kick out to Williams. Drops in the three.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, lays it up and banks it in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his third basket on the night right there.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
And here's MP from outside. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Thunder trail by 8. Now Williams. Last game for him, he picked up 13. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Jazz. Kessler's got his 4th rebound in this one. And here's MP from outside. He's now 8 for 11 after that made shot.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Pass to Holmgren. To the inside. Man. And it's in there.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And Giddey has got the ball here for the Utah Jazz. 4-3, and it. Again, it's Utah with a 3.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Now Williams. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Hartenstein with a screen on MP. Down low. And Hartenstein slams it in.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
With 2 seconds left. The layup misses. MP getting it done for Utah. Complete domination from distance. 10 three-pointers now. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
It's a party, it's a party, it's a party.
We welcome you back to second quarter. Substitution here for Utah. Williams is checked in for Peterson. Martin comes in for Lauri Markkanen. MP's checked in for Clarkson. And Giddey's subbed in for Sexton. Jazz leading by 14. Now for an update on Lou Dort's injury. Let's go to Allie LaForce.
Guys, I was able to catch up with Oklahoma City's head athletic trainer. He said they're concerned this is a serious injury and it's going to keep him out of the rotation. Nevertheless, determined to battle through it. As we see, guys, he's already checked back in.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Always on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Even with the advancements in strength training, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
Taking a look at Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. Jalen Williams is out there with Chet Holmgren, and it's Jang in at the 5 spot. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Wizards was outstanding. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he made the defense look helpless as he piled on the points. Really just a phenomenal performance from him. Here's hoping we see more of the same from him in this one, guys.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Holmgren. Shot to stop the run. Gets the three to fall. Holmgren's got his first 3 points of the game.
And you can already tell Holmgren has an edge to his game. Gets the three right back. That's the competitive streak you need as a young player.
Here's MP. Some solid defense from Williams.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
On the wing, MP. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. He was unstoppable. Knocks down the long J. Giddey's got 5 now.
He drops yet another dime. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Pass to Holmgren. And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Gilgeous-Alexander no good.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
MP against Dort. Giddey passes to Martin. Shoots over Holmgren. And the shot is good. Dropping it off the front of the rim. Martin's gotten his second bucket. And so it's the Utah Jazz with plenty of breathing room. 23 points to end the quarter. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. Back to the game after this break.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break.
They're going to the arc, drilling shots, making it look simple, even by today's standards.
Yeah, you'd think a defense and change it. Appreciate you joining us.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
We've got Walker Kessler. MP is out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And it's Williams in at the 4. And that's the group for Will Hardy as we begin the second half. And he sinks the second. Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
Giddey passes to Kessler. Here's MP. He can't get that one to fall. Good work defensively by Dort. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. The floater. And it's good on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8.
A clever scorer who reads the floor beautifully. The floater is just one of many ways Gilgeous-Alexander can beat you.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie. On the wing, MP fires for 3. And finished off by Kessler.
Well, gobbling up boards is what Kessler does best. Got some points out of that one, too.
And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
And looks now like he's in a lot of pain. They call timeout, and the trainer's going to have a chance to check him out.
And the three-point contest is one of the highlights of All-Star Weekend. Here are some of the contenders who have a shot to compete in the event.
And perhaps that list changes a little between now and All-Star Weekend, but I would have no problems if those guys end up competing.
You look at MP. He occupies the top spot in voting. We'll very likely see him in the three-point shooting competition.
And he might already be the favorite. When he gets in a groove, he's automatic.
And we'll keep you posted as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. But that's our current list for the three-point contest.
It's going to be a fantastic competition. We've got an endless supply of shooters in this league, and that contest will be heated.
Outside, Williams. Inside, here's Dort. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. He has 7.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
Fires it. And MP with a basket on the assist from Giddey. Giddey's got 6 assists here tonight.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Second half of play here. We're just under 2.5 minutes past.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Pulls it from 20. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
I love when Gilgeous-Alexander looks...
Thunder trail by 21. And Oklahoma City looking at who they've got to start the fourth. We've got Luguentz Dort. Williams is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Tre Mann, and it's Jang in at the 5. The shot by Dort, no good.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And here's MP from outside. Connects again from distance. Woo, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
BA, he's on fire.
And here's Caruso. Dort outside. Soft touch off the glass.
And clearly Dort knows how to operate inside, making his way to a high percentage shot.
Pass to MP from the arc. And again, it's Utah with a 3.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Man, the pass to Sajang. Caruso outside. Dort outside. Here's Jang. Let's go with a 3. No good there. Dort against MP. Another 3 for Utah.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Oklahoma City has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Outside Mann. And it's Martin with the rebound.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well. You can bet MP will make a lot of those over his career.
To the inside. Here's Dort. Out of bounds. It'll be Jazz ball. Williams is checked in for Martin. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. And here's MP from outside. And the three-pointer goes. MP's got 53 points.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Here's Williams. And again, unable to change momentum here. The Jazz have gotten off to a perfect 5 for 5 so far in the fourth. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, when we talk about MP's unlimited potential, we're referring to nights like this one.
Williams on the wing. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Gilgeous-Alexander, and the layup falls.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
On offense, here's Utah. They're on an 18-4 run.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he gets that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's gotten 4 this quarter.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter, someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And the foul called on MP. That'll be a second foul of the game.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Carroll, he's checked in for Utah. To the paint. Pass to Hartenstein. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort for 3. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 assists in the game. The Jazz shooting very well. 66% for the game and looking really strong.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Jazz.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
Looking at this year so far, this will make 22 wins for them. And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for MP.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
There's the 3. Again! What an avalanche!
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Dort outside. Pass to Holmgren to end the run. Utah grabs the miss.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Another shot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort for 3. It's hauled in by Collier.
Just too many missed threes for him tonight. He must be sharper here down the stretch.
Counted from distance.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
MVP, third personal foul, second team foul.
The first free throw is good.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. And so it's Utah easily grabbing this one. And now they'll move on in the NBA Cup tournament to the West semifinals.
They've got their sights set on winning that cup this year.
Great win tonight, MP. Good game, MP. MP got the job done tonight, as usual. Time to warm up. Get ready to rock. MP, you got that look in your eye tonight. You better watch out.
Famous Las Vegas sign on the south side of the Strip. And over these past weeks, the excitement has been building for the NBA Cup. I mean, it's palpable. Now, here we are in the West semifinal, the final step before the championship game.
Yeah, there's a lot more on the line here than your regular season contest. A win here tonight for one of these teams means a ticket to the championship. And while this game tonight will count as a regular season win or loss, the championship, that's an entirely unique game outside the regular season schedule.
The bright lights of the NBA Cup semifinal. So much pressure. And guess what? MP thrives in the spotlight. Guys, he loves it.
Yeah, and talking to MP before the game, you could tell he was ecstatic. The entire NBA is watching this one. MP has a huge chance to prove himself. I expect him to have a big game.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Sochan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Castle. And it's Vassell in at the 3.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Richard, one thing is for sure with these Spurs, a lot of top free agents have got to be looking at him now as a destination.
It doesn't take a lot of skill to see that Wemby is a different type of player. And look, if you are a free agent, that's the player that you want to look at to say, hey, can I team up with him and go on a string of championships?
MP, good.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Wembanyama, a screen on Markkanen. Vassell, no good.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And here's MP for three. And the Jazz, another three.
This man is on fire. His team is winning, and it doesn't get better than that.
Pass to Sochan. Outside for Wembanyama. Off target from three-point range. Here's the Jazz with the ball. They're on a 15-3 run. Good on the three-point shot.
And how about the last 5 made shots? All been threes. The defense is just giving up a barrage.
DiVincenzo passes to Wembanyama. Now Vassell. Back to Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, MP in the last time out against Oklahoma City was all business. He had an impressive number of points, and to no one's surprise, he was dialed in from deep. Totals like that put him in rarefied company. A game for the ages. Back to you, Kevin.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
DiVincenzo passes to Vassell. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
More Vassell scores inside, the more it frees up his mid-range game. That is essential to his success.
MP, good.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the tripper.
Spurs trail by 20. Here's Castle, coming off a stellar performance against New Orleans. Can't hit from in close.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
Pulls up on the wing, and again, MP. And that's now 29 points for MP.
Now, this is what we want from MP. Night after night, an energetic performance on the offensive end.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Castle misses. Utah leading by 22. And a wide open look for MP. That three off the mark. San Antonio's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. DiVincenzo finds Sochan. They get the rebound. Taken away by Williams. Here's George. They get a hand on it. MP, that's for 2. A rebound by the Spurs.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
And the shot goes in.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. He's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
And so it's MP making things happen for the Jazz. An historic feat during the quarter, launching him.
Substitution on the court.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And he's good on the 3 ball.
If MP buries those catch-and-shoot chances, he'll have a very long career in this league.
Markkanen is out there with MP. Then there's Walker Kessler. Then it's George. And it's Giddey in at the 2 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for San Antonio. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
Yeah, they looked like they were asleep on that end of the floor. No one was talking. No one was paying attention. Yeah, it was rough.
Vassell outside. And just miss after miss right now.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
A challenging stretch for San Antonio here.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Wembanyama passes to DiVincenzo. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
This is hard to watch. You might want to put the kids to bed. This man still has not hit a shot this quarter.
I mean, a 6'8 playmaker. Giddey is a point forward, and he piles up the assist.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Williams, he's checked in for the Jazz. San Antonio also making a switch. Johnson, he's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Johnson finds DiVincenzo. Back to Johnson. 6 to shoot. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Buries it from 3-point range.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
It's Vassell on the wing. Looking to end his cold spell, and the layup is good. Vassell's got 7 points in the game.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
MP, good.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
Here's Castle. No good with the triple. And so it's Utah in complete command. Their lead of 28 points going into the break. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. Back to the action in just a minute.
Welcome.
It's far enough into the season now where you can tell which guys are for real and which guys are pushing for that ROI.
I remember.
Now looking at where we stand after 2 quarters, it has been a difficult game for the Spurs.
Look, guys, anything can happen.
That is more than enough of...
We are just one half away from finding out who will be headed to the championship game of the NBA Cup. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Sohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. Castle is out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Vassell in at the 3, the small forward. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, and you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report. Well, we've seen this a few times, Richard. Players getting booed at home. And that's got to be painful for a player.
You get taken back a little bit. For some players, it's deserved. But it's always a surprise. But you have to be self-aware. Did you deserve to get booed? In most cases, it's true.
Got that one up quick. MP's got 54 points.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Wembanyama against Kessler. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama, a screen on MP. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
A nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Now, here's DiVincenzo. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Castle misses.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
As they set their sights on locking up the win, he has to do everything in his power to make this happen.
With the drive, he dents the rim with a two-handed slam.
Wow. Oh, how about the vision by Wembanyama there? Always looking to get teammates involved.
MP kicks to George. MP looking around. Williams passes to Kessler. And the layup's good off the glass. Kessler's got his first points of the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
To the middle. Here's Castle. Goes back up. Pass to Sohan. No good on the 3. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for Utah. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And they've been enjoying this long homestand. That will be game 4 of 5 in a row at home. Castle misses. Jazz have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Down low. San Antonio getting another chance here. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Jazz have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime.
What's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Vassell wide open. They can't stop the run with that one. For Utah, they've gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the third quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on. On the wing, MP. Non-stop scoring machine here. And it's Vassell with the foul. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
Josh Giddey is out there with Martin. Then it's MP. Then there's Sexton. And it's Carroll in at the center filling out the middle. That's the group right now for Utah. MP outside. Carroll finds MP. The shot by Carroll no good. San Antonio's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Branham, the pass to Beasley. And that one drops for him.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll. They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
And here is DiVincenzo. Wembanyama, right side. The shot misses. And taken away by Johnson. Pass to DiVincenzo. Wembanyama outside. That one goes. Counted.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
On the wing, MP. Covered by Beasley. MP outside. Giddey kicks to MP. Shot clock at 5. That's a 2 from Martin. Rebound San Antonio. Wembanyama's got his 6th rebound on the night. To the middle. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Ooh, we're getting a chance to see Johnson's athleticism. This man can really get up and throw it down.
DiVincenzo against Giddey. Pass to Sexton. Greg, we know players are not shy about criticizing officiating. Anything you try to change or improve with the way the game is called?
Well, I like when the players and the refs get together in the offseason to go over video examples. And I think one thing that's important is you got to have relationships between the players and the officials. And then I think the fans can also then kind of get on the same page. There are going to be missed calls out there. That will never change.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Peterson's checked in, and it's Collier in for Caleb Martin. A shot by Wembanyama, no good. Jazz have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th, 4 of 9.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Utah.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season. And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for MP.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
And Giddey gets it to go.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game, saving their best basket for the end. Always smart.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. A baseline J. Again, the Jazz score.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
And the foul called on MP. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Castle. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. And this ends...
That's what I'm talking about. Son, you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say. Ready to give these fans what they paid for?
What's shaking MP?
Let's keep this winning streak going.
right, fans, we'll watch the Jazz Extra Culture. That is our next giveaway night. Coming up soon. Get your tickets on the platform. There are still seats available for upcoming events. Please go to the nearest ticket booth to get yours today. The next tonight.
What a view of the Spring Mountains surrounding beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's going to be the Jazz off the tip. And here we are, the NBA Cup Championship. Such a unique night on the NBA calendar.
Yeah, and guys, for me, it's up there with a lot of the big events we have, right? Opening night, the All-Star Game, Christmas Day telecast. The NBA Cup has entered that conversation of best days on the schedule.
And how about this run to the NBA Cup Championship for MP? On the start, he's made a point to tell us he wants the cup.
And his play has been incredible. MP's led this team. It's been about more than what he's done on the floor. He's also led by example. And tonight for MP, it's all about enjoying the moment, playing to your potential, and hoisting that trophy.
Here are the five for the Raptors. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. Then there's Dick. And it's Shed in at the point guard position. And there's the bucket from MP.
MP doing a nice job with the quick catch and shoot, not wanting to waste those touches.
Pass to Poeltl. Inside, here's Dick. The rebound by the Jazz. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
It's good from long range.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And the dunk by Dick.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
And here's MP for three. The shot's good on the assist by Jordan. MP's got 15 points.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
It's Barrett on the wing. Pass to Shed. On the wing, Barnes. Last time out, he had 13 points.
Great with the ball. Barnes can just do so many things to help this team win.
The three from MP. It's rebounded by Barrett.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
To the inside, Poeltl. And the dunk by Poeltl.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, MP in the last game against San Antonio played some superb basketball. He scored an amazing number of points, and as his team has come to expect, he was a major factor from deep. A mind-blowing effort, one that's going to be hard to repeat, but hard to bet against him. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
From past the arc. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 4 assists now tonight.
MP squeezing all that juice he can get out of that arm. What a night he's had.
And so Markkanen will bring it up for the Jazz. With a 9-point lead. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
Yeah, and taking on an interconference foe, certainly not a rival. They're the better team, and they showed it, winning both matchups last season.
Right you are. I mean, winning the games they were supposed to win. No doubt they'll look to continue that tonight.
Shed, that's good.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now Barnes, following the three-point attempt by MP. Back to Barnes. Birtle sets the pick for Barnes. Offline with his 3. Jazz leading by 9. Here's MP. Barnes grabs the miss.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Here's Dick, and the dunk by Dick.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Barrett, Markkanen with the block.
And that's evidence that Markkanen is working on his defense, and it's critical that he does so. And blocks like this show he's making good strides.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
And
Substitution on the court.
Tries a 3 off the inbound. Toronto grabs the miss. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, you know, game balls all around in that one. A terrific team effort. They trusted in their system and executed well to get the win.
They've got MP, Caleb Martin out there with Williams. Then it's George, and it's Giddey in at the 2. That's the group right now for Utah. To the paint, here's Barrett. Second shot opportunity, and he lays it up and in.
Making plays in traffic. This is where Barrett's most effective.
Pass to Giddey. Now George. Jazz passing it around. MP passes to Giddey. And they double up MP. 6 on the shot clock. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. The drive by Barnes. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from him. And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch it.
Pass to Shed. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Utah shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. MP's shot is good.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Such a wide open look. MP's got 42 in the game.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Barrett, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. The drive by Barnes. The rebound by the Jazz.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And it's good for 2.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Explosive off the bounce with great body control. Barrett's most effective when going downhill.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Jazz out in front, just dominating this one. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Howdy, folks. The moment you've been waiting for is here. Before we recap the first half, let's see what the standings look like in the East. Since we got a little time on our hands here, you guys got any big plans for tonight?
Not me. I'm just going to take it easy. I'm pretty worn out.
Switching back to that first half of action, everything's been working for the Jazz.
Tonight is what...
And that is it for half.
There's always a buzz around Las Vegas. And coming up here on 2K Sports, the second half of the NBA Cup Championship. It's one you will not want to miss. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Then it's Barrett. Then it's Grady Dick. And it's Shed in at point. And after the intensity of these last few NBA Cup games, do you all think it'll be hard for these teams to settle back into the regular season?
They'll have to adjust their mindsets for sure. Back to thinking about the long haul, not the do-or-die scenario of the NBA Cup.
Pass to Pirtle. To the inside. Dick can't get it to go.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Now here is Pirtle. Inside to halt the run. Dick, that's good.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
And here's MP for three. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Onside Barrett. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Barrett's got 9.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there. Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And the Jazz, another three.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Barnes down low. Working on Williams. Barnes can't get it to go. And here are the Jazz now. They're on a 17-5 run here. And here's MP for three. Hits the three-point bomb.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Onside Barrett. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D there from Markkanen.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Dick in the corner from the arc. And it's Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Barnes outside. To the middle. Here's Dick. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Dick's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And there's the bucket from MP.
As he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter, he's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Dick. And the dunk by Dick.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today because without him, this thing would already be over.
Williams finds MP. And George now top of the key. Nice ball movement by Utah. And here's MP for three. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Onside, Barrett. Back to Barnes. Pass to Shed. Here's Dick. From 12 feet out. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And the ball travels out of bounds. Timeout. Clark, I've always heard that every team when on the road will have a team dinner.
You know, that's typically a practice that most teams employ, and those dinners are memorable, especially if the food is good. But more than the food, I think, is the camaraderie and the bonding that takes place when you break bread together, coaches and players.
Josh Giddey is out there with Collier. Then it's MP. Then there's Sexton. And it's Peterson in at the center. That's the group right now for Utah. And Barrett gets it to go.
An effective mid-range scorer. Barrett excels at finding openings in the defense and capitalizing.
The three from MP. Toronto grabs the miss. Barrett with the ball. The rebound by Collier. Pulls up from the corner. And MP gets it to go on the assist by Sexton.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
For Utah, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Connects from three-point range.
The defense has to understand the scouting report on MP. He can make you pay from deep.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Barrett. Great positioning on the putback.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
The three from MP. Here's Peterson, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Utah with the rebound. Giddey's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. MP, no good. Toronto's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Left side, Barrett. Rebound, Utah. Here's MP. No good with the wing jumper.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
There's the three. Hits it from three-point range.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Barrett, no good. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 16-4 run right now. And the Raptors with the ball. On the wing, Barnes. Dick wide open. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
And whenever Dick is getting a pass, if he has any chance to get off a clean jumper, you know it's going up.
Shed, that's good.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
Pass to Pirtle. Here's Shed. And they've done it. we have crowned our first champions of the season, the winner of the NBA Cup.
Well,
Bettina. Watching you tonight, it looked like you were playing for something more than the NBA Cup. Is that how you felt?
No question. You know, we enjoyed the journey and we're...
Okay, then. That's how we stand
Way
on
to
business.
boost team morale. Well played,
Great
MP.
win tonight, MP.
Shout out to MP, NBA Cup champion. Single elimination games really test a team, and you guys passed with flying colors.
Get the popcorn ready. It's game time.
Like those kicks, MP?
What does the development of skill and ability do?
You said you wanted to win the NBA Cup, then went out there and won it.
Great work, start to finish.
Every question they asked, we answered.
And our rivals, they saw it all. This will give us that edge that I was talking about, y'all.
And now that's our main focus.
All right.
Gearing up for a title run.
Which means we need you at your best. Let's
Great.
talk about goals for the second half. Which one of these stands out to you?
I want to be the MVP.
You looking for those bright lights, huh?
Playing at the MVP level will help us get a title. In order to give the most to the team, I have to ask the most of myself first.
You have the ability. And the way you've been performing this year, you're worthy of the recognition. But that is a reward that is based largely on perception.
Well, it's a tricky thing. I get that.
Luckily, we know how to play the game. You show out against other MVP contenders.
And win games.
And we will do our part to help you get the media on your side.
All right, I'm with it. That sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
Fantastic. Sounds like we're in total alignment.
Just remember, every moment matters.
You're on feet. Let's go.
At goal, 6'3", number 12. Greg, midway into this season, sometimes a team can get hot and turn it on. What are some of the causes of that?
You know, often teams can reach that tipping point with how they play. It all comes together in a hurry, and they make a run. But that's the exception, Kevin, not the rule.
MP is a cool customer from three. Great form from the up-and-coming player.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, MP out there with Keontae George. Then there's Markkanen. Then there's Walker Kessler. And it's Williams at the 4 slot. And let's go over to David Aldridge, who has something to say about MP. DA, take it away.
Thanks, guys. We've got 2 MVP candidates clashing in this one, and MP believes that will make things extra competitive. He said the best players bring the best out of you. We know we have to be locked in against this team, and I'm sure they feel the same way about us. They do. Kevin?
They're not taking this matchup lightly, are they, David? Nor should he. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep here. And it's Morant missing. For Utah, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
And he banks in the layup.
And no problem for Morant that close to the hoop. Once he gets inside, he makes it look easy.
MP outside. Trains it from beyond the arc. MP's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Pass to Wells. Now here's Bane. Olynyk sets a screen for Bane. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now, here's Bane. His last outing, he had 24 points. Here's Morant. Count it. His 2nd make in 4 attempts.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Wells with it. Markkanen on him. Bane passes to Morant. Misses the 3. And here are the Jazz now. They're on a 14-4 run. Puts up a 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. With this break in the action, we can see the top passing teams in the league, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard. The Jazz 2nd.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Ja Morant. Josh Giddey's checked in for the Jazz. Wells wide open. Hits the 3-point bomb.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Jazz leading by 7. The 3 from MP. The shot's good on the assist by George. MP's got 17 now.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here's McConnell. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. The 3 from MP. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
And that's back-to-back threes
The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Bane with the screen on George. Down low. Bane with the bucket.
Striking fast inside. Bane isn't going to miss a chance at a look like that.
MP kicks to Giddey. Here's Kessler. Rebound by Olynyk.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Bane. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo it.
Timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
MP's shot is good.
By the time this young man is done, MP could be one of the great scorers we've ever seen.
We've got Wells, DeAnthony Melton out there with John Morant. Then it's G.G. Jackson. And it's Olynyk in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against Detroit had a huge game. He scored an incredible number of points, and he reached that total with some superb shooting from deep. Those were video game numbers he put up in that last game. Boy, it had the league abuzz. We'll see what he's got in store tonight. Kevin?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
And we've got something just in from our NBA League insider, Shams Charania, on the Mavericks. All right, Shams, let us know what you know about the Dallas Mavericks.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. They went after Draymond Green because they want an enforcer. They're banking that he can come in, get into opponents' heads, both with his words and his physical play, but he's going to make them a much more difficult team to beat. He's a championship veteran player.
Thank you for the insight, Shams. Much appreciated. Hooked away. Here's Wells. Off target from outside.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
The Grizzlies trail by 10. Pass to Wells. 1:05 left to play here in the second quarter. Morant against MP. Off target at the rim. On offense, here are the Jazz. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. And he gets it to go.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Outside, Bane. Back to Morant. Drills the three-pointer. Morant's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And what a show Morant is putting on. Every time he touches the ball, you feel like he's going to score.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Jazz leading by 12. The three. Yet another bucket.
Yet again, he's reached 40 points. He's close to having the fourth most 40-point games in a single season.
Well, we've seen it. He's been on fire all season long.
Not to be outstaged, Morant saying right back at you.
MP showing the range.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
And so it's MP making things happen for the Utah Jazz. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
definitely some explosive guys on this list, but there's plenty of time out there for someone to grab this spot. Maybe even...
And let's move on now to that first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the Memphis Grizzlies.
They don't want it enough. They're getting bodied up on the boards and doing nothing about it.
Yeah, they get...
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Taking a look at the Jazz. Williams is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Walker Kessler. Then it's George, and it's MP in at the 2. It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their roles.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. Down to 5 on the shot clock. MP finds Markkanen. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Here's Morant. And then Morant rams it in.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Next game, they'll take on the Pacers in Indianapolis at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
Yeah, I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Back to George. Nice ball movement by Utah. MP outside. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. That's good for George on the assist by Markkanen. And the Jazz lead by 18.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
The 3 from Morant. Morant with another miss.
Still looking for his first triple of the half. He had 3 at the break.
In the corner, it's MP. Shoots the 3. And again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. MP really making a difference here.
Well, I think this is a necessary timeout so they can figure out a way to limit it.
Jazz leading by 19 points. DeAnthony Melton out there with Jackson. Then it's Morant. And it's TJ McConnell. And it's Huff in its center. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. McConnell passes to Jackson. Rebounded by the Jazz. Giddey's got 8 rebounds in this game.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
There's the screen from downtown. Collier, that's good. Collier's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Jazz. And here's McConnell. Greg, we've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Wells is checked in. Then for the Jazz, Peterson's checked in, and it's Williams in for Martin. Giddey kicks to MP. Back to Giddey. MP finds Giddey. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Back to MP. Pass to Collier. And here is MP. To the inside. Here's Peterson. Now, here's MP. Now, Giddey. Shoots over Melton. And Utah again with the bucket.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The Grizzlies call timeout. Here's Aldama. Here's Morant. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And here's MP for three. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Morant against MP. Back to Morant. The rebound by the Jazz. Giddey the pass to MP. Another one goes. Incredible.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. To the left wing. Wells kicks to Morant. Olynyk sets a screen for Morant. He gets it in there. Morant's got 28 points for the game.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
MP. Rebound by Olynyk.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Pass to Aldama. Puts up a deep three. It's rebounded by Giddey. Giddey's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Another bucket. Wow.
And he's got 60 again. I've never seen scoring like this. He's now tied the mark for most 60-point games in a year.
You know, to tie that mark, that's something I didn't expect to see in this lifetime. What a season he's having.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Jazz. This is how athletic Morant is, a point guard who possesses incredible athleticism.
And here's MP for three. And that comes off the assist by Giddey.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
Payne for three, hands it from downtown.
The wheel come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Pass to Giddey. Outside Williams. Clock at 6. MP passes to Giddey. Jazz passing it around. And the Jazz, another three.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Morant kicks to Olynyk. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. On the wing, MP. The tray. It's good.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
So it's Utah easily grabbing the...
Good win. Let's keep it going. These Hoosiers think they know ball, but you'll show them. MP, you're about to go off.
Thanks, everyone, for joining 2K Sports for this Wednesday evening presentation of the NBA. Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. Just about halfway through the season, let's take a look at the East. You look at the Pacers. They're in first place right now with a tremendous record. They're certainly the team to beat.
Checking out the Pacers. I think they're the team you dread having to play. I mean, they've been performing at just about their best in every game so far this season.
Well, if you're able to strike fear into your opponent before even stepping on the floor, you're doing something right.
Here are the starters for Utah. Williams is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then it's Walker Kessler. Then it's MP. And it's George in at the point guard. And for Indiana, Nembhard and Mathurin, they're the wings. Walker out there with Jackson. And it's Halliburton in at the point. Now here's MP. Just 3 to shoot from deep. Walker pulls down the board. Approaching the midway point of the season now, Grant. How much do players want to be named an all-star?
You know, B.A., I'd say for the young guys and for guys in their...
Yeah, struck. Yeah. We don't do content. Run it all times 10. I'm 4 pockets filled. That bitch got bad lip filled. Scouts all on my brand new rigs. I'm trying to make them feel. Get a real trench. Yeah, but he ain't. I won't split my. They crashing. I'm getting too hot, man, family. This thing called Big Lotto about rip it out the plastic. She deep in my little brother like my kids, cause all I daddy me.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. The three-point shot, so important in today's NBA, and a major part of the game plan, Greg, for both of these teams.
And we can expect to see a high volume of shots from beyond the arc in this one. I'm looking for whichever squad is able to create more havoc and throw the opposing shooters off their rhythm.
So on the floor for Utah, Markkanen is out there with Williams. Then it's MP. Then it's George. And it's Kessler in at the center. And it's Halliburton missing. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Now, here's MP. Nembhard covering. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. That's good from Halliburton. Mark, these Indiana Pacers play at one of the quickest paces of any team in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's quite fitting considering the nickname, Indiana Pacers. They do set the pace. They love to push that rock, and they do it relentlessly. Catching you before your defense can get set. It's a beautiful way to play. Tell you what, though, you got to be in great shape to make it work.
Spins. MP deciding where to go with it. Sinks the triple. MP's got 5.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Now Nembhard coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. And Tyrese Halliburton heads from deep. Halliburton's got his second bucket of the night.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
For Indiana, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And Walker kicks to Halliburton. To the middle. Outside Mathurin. From deep. That doesn't go either for Halliburton. And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. This team is on quite a run. They're in the midst of a 14-game winning streak.
Just a fun team to watch when you get right to it. I mean, the way they're executing at both ends of the floor, it seems like they're getting better each game. Communication, ball control, ball security, defensively. They are very adaptable, and we've seen how they adjust, always learning and constantly tweaking the winning formula.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against the Grizzlies was terrific. He had 69 points, and as we've come to expect, he filled it up from three-point range whenever he could. Numbers like that are sure to get attention around the league, and everyone's excited to see what he does tonight. Guys?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Tyrese Halliburton is flat-out special, Clark. Yeah, you say it all the time. He is an absolute machine on offense.
He really is an orchestrator, a maestro of platinum-level capability. His turnover numbers, outstanding. He's a guy that flirts with the 50, 40, 90 shooting splits and is going to lead the league in assists, I think, a better part of his career going forward. That's how good he is.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Now Markkanen following the three-point attempt by Tyrese Halliburton. Another miss by MP. Pacers trail by 5. Halliburton passes to Walker. Nembhard with it. A 3-ball. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got his 5th rebound in this one. And that one's good. MP.
Displaying the range right there. Good to see MP taking and making that kind of shot.
And once again off the mark by Indiana.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And so it's MP making things happen for Utah. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely and so far through one. Checked in for Indiana. Halliburton comes in for Andrew Nembhard. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. And here's MP for three. Rebounded by Jackson. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to the Heat. They've got Tyrese Halliburton. Nesmith is out there with Isaiah Jackson. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Joe in at the 2. That's the Pacers 5. And here's MP for three. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. So we'll see Tyrese Halliburton go to the line here. It's going to be on MP. Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Indiana. Andrew Nembhard comes in for Isaiah Joe. And Utah also making a switch. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Martin.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, hey, they've been clearly the better team.
Puts up a 3. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
MP against Halliburton. Pass to Jackson. Fires for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Jackson's got his first 3 points of the game.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. Walker's checked in for Indiana. And a switcher also for Utah. Markkanen's checked in. And a wide-open look for Halliburton. Great look, but off the mark. For the Utah Jazz, they won their last contest, that game against Memphis.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Well, it's really hard to stop them when they're in a groove offensively, and they were in a comfort zone all game long in that one.
And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They host the Spurs after this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
MP squeezing all that juice he can get out of that orange. What a night he's had.
Halliburton, no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Good on the three-point shot. Halliburton's got 8 here in the quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
You know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, those hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And so it's the Utah Jazz out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We come back right after this.
One thing about this contest, it's very hard to win. Everyone's a great shooter. It comes down to who's hot and who's clutch.
And most of these guys have shown they can do both of those things here in the regular season. And turning back to our first half, things going well, extremely well for the Jazz.
We knew they wanted to.
Thank you for being with us.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. We've got Williams. George is out there with MP. Then there's Walker Kessler. And it's Markkanen in at the 3, the small forward. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Indiana moving it around. Halliburton for 3. That doesn't go either for Halliburton. Utah has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Good on the triple.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And, guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And there's another one for the Jazz.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Indiana's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Jackson setting the pick here for Halliburton. That doesn't go either for Halliburton.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
At this stage of his young career, MP knocking down jumpers, that is very encouraging.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
And another one falls. Amazing. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
The Pacers have gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half start. A nice shot by Halliburton.
And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
The 3 from MP. Good. Another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Halliburton for 3. And it's Utah with the rebound. On the wing, MP. And the 3 off target. The Pacers have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to Nembhard. And a wide open look for Mathurin. Rebounded by the Jazz. Kessler's got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeded. And here are the Pacers now. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Halliburton passes to Walker. The layup off target. For Utah, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Good, that's another bucket.
It's another huge scoring night for him in a season that's been stacked with them. It's a new record total for most 60-point games in a single season.
Surpassing his own previous record. History being written right before us, right in front of our eyes.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Collier. Giddey kicks to MP. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Joe. Joe's got 4 rebounds now tonight. OG Anunoby is out there with Shepard. Then it's Halliburton. Then there's Isaiah Joe. And it's Nesmith in at the center position. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
And that shows the skill level of MP. The pull-up is a tough shot to master.
Halliburton finds Joe. Here's Shepard. Peterson grabs the miss. MP, that's for two. Pacers with the rebound.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Here's Shepard. Up and in on the layup.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of thing.
Utah has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. In the corner, it's MP. Drills it from outside.
Defenses better learn. You have to account for MP in that corner.
Halliburton feeling it out a bit. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Utah has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
It's rebounded by Giddey. Giddey's got 8 rebounds in this game. Halliburton against MP. And good! There's another. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Halliburton, and finished off by Halliburton.
A terrific effort from Halliburton so far offensively. He's not holding anything back on that end of the floor.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Utah.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
When it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
Halliburton, no good.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Halliburton against MP. Halliburton outside. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but
they really thought they had a chance tonight. Son, you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say.
Is that MP or MVP? Man's out here running the game.
Come on, man. You know how we do.
Hey, man.
Under Armour gear is rugged. I dig their ads, too.